Welcome back to the Man Cave Podcast, episode 9.
Episode number 9. Hey, I'm Dan.
And I'm D.
Hey, we'd like to welcome you here Wednesday, December 9th, 2020, COVID year. How you feeling, man? How was the weekend?
Good. It was beautiful.
It was.
Buckeye win.
Oh, huge Buckeye win.
Ravens won.
Huge Ravens win.
I mean, if you consider beating Dallas a huge win.
I consider a win after your whole team's been on COVID. I mean, I feel like the win's necessary. It's better than walking out with a loss.
Something to build on. But, I mean, and we got news today that the Buckeyes will be playing in the Big Ten Championship. No, the game, but, you know, we'll get into the game that just happened.
28-point favorites. I feel like, yeah, as much as, I mean, you don't play that game just for the score. You kind of play that game for the history of the game. It's probably the biggest rivalry in sports. People that don't even know about it know Ohio State, Michigan.
Yeah, but, I mean, here recently they haven't really been much of anything, but, you know, we'll get into Sparty, who usually gives us a run for our money, but they did not end up doing this with the 52-12 victory.
Yep, Ohio State, man, pretty much ran the whole game. Justin Fields, 17 for 24, 199 yards, 2 touchdowns. Also, our boy used his feet, 13 rushes, 104 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, couldn't ask for a better bounce-back game.
Absolutely not. And the only crappy thing is that we have to follow it by not playing again.
Yeah. Another week without Buckeye football. But we can talk about this one. I mean, Justin Fields, Trey Serman, and our secondary, our D-line, everybody was looking good. I mean, heck, you can't ask for our D-line to do anything else like what Haskell Garrett did with that tip interception touchdown.
Hey, dude got shot in the face, and now he's back making plays like that for the Buckeyes, man. You gotta love a dude like that. You also gotta keep in mind, people, the Ohio State University Buckeyes were out 23 players unavailable in this game. 5 starters. And to come back with a bounce-back game like that, man, I feel like that's pretty outstanding.
I'd have to say so. I mean, we had somebody under center that got brought in as a guard, and he hadn't really done any snapping since high school, but, I mean, hey, when you got Justin Fields sitting there taking the snaps, I mean, you couldn't ask for somebody else.
And dude, honestly, on that offensive line, we had one guy with double-digit snaps.
Yeah.
And starts. Everybody out 8, 4, 5.
I mean, we had nobody besides Wyatt Davis that was on the line. I mean, we had Tough Borland who was out. I mean, we did what we had to do, and I mean, with those ugly snaps, you definitely seen it. On the first possession,
that just shows you the athleticism of Justin Fields to be able to just literally pick up the ball after a bad snap, move around in the pocket, get outside, make a good throw, or either take off for a couple yards.
I mean, you seen it though on the first possession. He had to basically run a circle in the backfield around one of our linemen and a D lineman just to be able to get that first touchdown for us.
Hey, check this out. Buckeye fans, we're up 28-0.5, feeling pretty good at this point, man. Especially after the week we've had and making them players go through the shit they had to go through.
Yeah, I mean, but when you got somebody like Trey Serman who had a really big breakout game this game.
He did. He led the way. 10 rushes, 112 yards, and a touchdown. We're typically used to seeing Master Teague out there. He contributed. I think he had 40-something yards. But, if we can get dominance out of the backfield, I don't care who's doing it, man. If it's somebody different every week, that just establishes depth. Let's go. Go Bucks.
But let me ask you something, okay? They had Rocky Lombardi in there, and he ended up taking that nasty sack, and he ended up getting hurt.
Third quarter?
Yeah, it was somewhere around the beginning of the first half. It was either mid third quarter, right at the end, or something like that. But how did you feel about Peyton Thorne?
Man, he came out, was perfect. Came out 11 for 11, then threw us all off with a 20-yard rush into the end zone. I think that was Michigan State's only light to that game, honestly.
Yeah, I mean he had a 55-yard pass that was thrown to Jaden Reed, and then that's when he ran in the touchdown. I just don't understand why they haven't been starting him. I mean, he looks like he's more mobile. You got Lombardi out there who's moving around all stiff. He looks real big. I don't know. He looks like kind of like a linebacker that's playing quarterback, but he's not as mobile as what Peyton Thorne was. I gotta give it up to him. I think if he would have actually been the starter this year, they could have looked better.
Hey man, I think they look. For what it's worth, we got a small sample size of Peyton Thorne. You know what I mean? And like I said, he was the light for Michigan State. And, who knows who starts next week for Michigan State? We'll see.
And I mean, Justin Fields, he bounced back from that rough game that we had against Indiana, and was it Indiana? Yeah, it was Indiana.
Yep.
Yeah, it was Indiana.
Indiana's when Justin Fields showed that he was human. He showed that he was human. That's all he did. Yeah, a couple of bad decisions.
He was throwing deep shots out to Chris Olave. I mean, I know he fumbled the ball, but the next time out on the field, he got that 41-yard touchdown pass to him. He made it up, but he was looking really good out there.
It's kind of a weird game, too, because like we pointed out earlier, Trey Serman was kind of the man behind the backfield, and also Olave kind of took over. We're usually seeing Garrett Wilson, taking over, but
he's the big playmaker.
He is, and Olave, did what he did, and I guarantee you, he was definitely one of the ones pissed off that Michigan game isn't happening.
Yeah. But I mean, we had no Ryan Day out there. We had no Corey Dennis, who's the quarterback coach, out there.
5 starters.
It was anything that basically could have led to a trap game, but we did everything that we had to do for that. All them style points, so much so that Joel Klatt even ranked us as his number 2.
That's a big deal, right?
Yeah. I respect Joel Klatt's opinion on certain things. He's out here, he's giving us stuff. I mean, we even brought in C.J. Stroud, who ran in a 48-yard touchdown.
Absolutely surprised everybody. I was just telling somebody earlier, we definitely know who our quarterback next year is when Fields is going pro.
You think C.J. Stroud will be the starter?
Honestly, with Ohio State, you never know, but...
Oh, I agree.
It's fun to watch.
Because, I mean, we had, what's his face for the football team? Why can't I think of his name?
Dwayne Haskins.
Dwayne Haskins, yeah, we had Dwayne Haskins.
You know why I couldn't think of his name?
Why?
Because he doesn't play for the Ravens.
No, that's not why. No, that's not why. I don't know, it just brain fart, but... I mean, we had him, and then we end up bringing in Justin Fields. So you never know; somebody could end up coming over, or maybe
Absolutely.
one of them commitments could start. Never know. But
hey, it was a good game. We'll see what happens this weekend. They're kind of in the works. Big Ten's kind of in the works to talk about maybe playing another game, but we do absolutely, I think, know that we're playing next weekend against Northwestern in Indianapolis.
I would have liked for the Big Ten to suck it up, and since we have the same issue that Texas A&M is going through, we could have played them.
You can't really do that, though. The reason why being, remember all the issues at the beginning of the season with Nebraska, okay, and Big Tens have rules with all this, through all this COVID stuff, that you have to play interconference games, and that's why that's not going to happen.
But they're going to try to really sit there and try to make a point for them to get in over us because they played more games than us. But I mean,
I think the fact that they're letting Ohio State into the Big Ten title game, playing maybe possibly 5, possibly 6 games, I think we're in regardless. So I don't think that doesn't put Texas A&M in there.
But there would be no question at all if we were to have beat the number 5 ranked team.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you, but
for us to play them, then for us to go out and play Northwestern, there's no question without a doubt we could probably even move up to 3 or 2.
We'll see, man. We'll have to see. We got a couple weeks.
I think it would have been. I think
it's hard to predict what the hell's going to happen tomorrow. So
I agree. But we'll be back with our Week 13 reviews. How about that?
Yeah, man. Sounds good. We got some football to talk about. We'll catch you guys in a minute.